So I haven't played a Call of Duty game seriously in years, bro. Call of Duty used to be my main game, my main franchise. I would play Black Ops 2 non-stop. I would skip school just to play Black Ops 2 and just to try to get a nuclear, you know, like that's how insane Call of Duty was in my life back then. The reason I stopped playing Call of Duty games was because COD became something else. It really wasn't COD anymore. It felt like some odd variation, some wannabe COD knockoff. It just didn't really feel like COD, which is why I stopped playing it, right? Now when we look at this brand new Call of Duty game, Modern Warfare 2, the beta is currently out. The feedback on this game has been insanely negative, you know. There's been some positives, there's been some, you know, silver linings, but for the most part, if you guys go on Twitter or, you know, YouTube videos or Twitch, everyone seems to have some serious issues with this game. Now I didn't even need to look at those videos to see what was wrong with this game. Of course, skill-based matchmaking is here. Now, if you guys know me in any capacity, I hate skill-based matchmaking. I've made several videos on my Apex channel about skill-based matchmaking. I've also made some videos on this channel too. And as you guys know, I hate it. To me, skill-based matchmaking is a cheap way to sell a game, to try to commercialize the game even more. Because the only reason why companies still have skill-based matchmaking in these fucking games is because they want to sell more games, they want to make more revenue from the casual player. So I guess it does make sense business-wise, but it definitely does kill a game's longevity. And I think Activision and Infinity Ward and any company that really tries to enforce a skill-based matchmaking model, they'll see that very soon. Because once you piss off the good players and the people who actually invest time to get good at the game, those players are also the pro players, the streamers, the content creators. And if they decide to stop, you know, promoting this game through content, the game will eventually die. Trust me. I don't think people understand how much power YouTubers and content creators and streamers have in terms of marketing a game. But anyway, that's a different topic, right? Even though this game right now has a lot of issues and it doesn't really feel like COD, for some reason I still had fun. It was still a fun experience, you know. I kind of just adapted to what the game was, and I told myself, you know what, this game is meant to be played a certain way. This game isn't Black Ops 2, this game isn't Modern Warfare 3, this game isn't even Call of Duty Ghosts. This is a different fucking game altogether, right? So I need to learn to adapt and play this game how Infinity Ward intends me to play this game, and still add some of my flair and my own originality in my playstyle, right? So that's what I did, you know. I kind of became a little bit more defensive. I would only rush when I knew I could rush and win a gunfight. And the game still ended up feeling fun, you know. It was a fun experience despite all of the fuckery in this game. I was playing with my boy on PC, and we had some good games, we had some fun times. So even though this game has so many problems, so many things I wish would change, as an OG Call of Duty fanboy, it doesn't feel like COD to me still. Despite all of that, it was still fun, you know, it was still a fun experience. And who knows, maybe if the devs listen to the community and they make some well-deserved changes, I might actually play this game throughout the year. But we'll see. So that said, why is Modern Warfare 2 trash? Let me just give you guys two perspectives, right? Because oftentimes, I kind of see these videos on YouTube saying that this Call of Duty game sucks. This is the problem with this Call of Duty game. Infinity Ward doesn't listen to the Call of Duty fans, right? Let me give you guys two perspectives. There's the first perspective, right? And this is the perspective of an OG COD player, someone who's typically very good, someone who likes to rush, someone who likes to get a lot of kills, high kill streaks, all that good stuff. I would say I fall into that category, right? I am that type of COD player. I like to be aggressive. I like to have fun. I like to pop stomp. There's nothing wrong with pop stomping, you know. For some reason, people have like this negative attachment to wanting to pop stomp. I don't know where that came from, but I grew up pop stomping, and that's fun. I like to shit on kids. That did not sound right, but you guys know what I mean. But then there's the second perspective. This is the casual player. This is the player who plays COD from time to time, maybe plays different games as well, isn't too good, prefers to camp, play a little bit more defensive, and doesn't really even know what the COD community wants or what the topic of discussion or the conversation is around the current Call of Duty game. Now, if you fall into the second category and that's your perspective on Call of Duty games, then you most likely will love this game. Because that's exactly who the devs are trying to target with this game. They want to target the casual player. They want to target the majority. Because the majority of players, believe it or not, are trash. I'm not saying that you are trash, but compared to someone who plays this game every single day and is an OG Call of Duty player, then yes, in comparison, you are trash. Now here's the problem when you try to cater to casual players, right? Call of Duty has attracted players over the years because of its gameplay, its core gameplay mechanics, the fast-paced gameplay, the run and gun gameplay, you know, the high kills, the high kill streaks, score streaks, all that stuff. That honestly is the core of Call of Duty games. And the audience that enjoys that side of Call of Duty is really what has kept this game alive, because a couple of years ago it was looking real bad for Call of Duty games. Like, so many new games were coming out, COD was dying off, and they released Warzone. Obviously Warzone then kind of revitalized the whole Call of Duty franchise, right? But the OG Call of Duty fans are really the foundation of this game. So when you try to make changes that benefit casual players and you don't listen to the OG fans that made your game what it is today, you're going to piss them off. And it actually shows in this game, because this game is so heavily catered to a very defensive, campy playstyle. And just to show how much they really want to cater to those players, they even gave a name for campers. Campers are now known as sentinels, apparently. Like, Infinity Ward did a whole Modern Warfare 2 reveal, and they said, you know what, if you play defensive, if you like to stay in one building for the entire match, you are not a camper, my guy, you are a sentinel. That's how much they're trying to reassure these players. Now the issue with that playstyle is that I don't want to be forced to play like a bitch. I don't want to be forced to stay in a window with a freaking LMG and just hold one line of sight. I don't want to be a pussy and use, you know, bouncing betties and crouch walk, and that's just not a fun playstyle to me. Like, if you enjoy playing like that, then props to you. But for me, I like to run. I like to test my limits. I like to see if I could get a quad feed. I like to see if I could just, you know, completely embarrass the enemy team, because I know I've developed my skill over 10 years playing Call of Duty games. So not only does this game have a very heavy level of skill-based matchmaking, meaning that the players I come across are going to be my same skill level, so I can't really shit on them because they're my skill level, so it's going to be very difficult for me to really, you know, drop high kills when I'm playing against people who play just like me. But they also took away the gameplay features that would help you play the way you want to play. Because if you want to rush in this game, right, footstep audio is so fucking loud. I could literally hear you before I even start the match. I could be in the pre-game lobby and I could hear your footsteps already. It's so fucking loud. They nerfed that silence, right? So even if you have that silence on, you can still hear footsteps. It's also not a perk, right? So you don't always have that silence equipped. The time to kill in this game is extremely fast. So if someone is head glitching with the LMG camping, it doesn't matter what I do, because if they shoot me first, I'm dead. I can't really outplay them. You know, it's just, it doesn't work like that in Call of Duty games. Call of Duty is an Apex. So everything right now is just showing me that this game was not made for me. It really wasn't made for me, and if I want to enjoy it, I have to play this game like who it was made for, and it was made for bitches. No offense if you play like a bitch. I'm just saying, I'm just stating facts. I'm just stating facts. But even with all of what I just said, this game is still most likely going to be very successful. It's still going to make a lot of money for Activision, and people are still going to enjoy it, you know? People are still going to enjoy it to some extent. And as I said, I even enjoyed it when I was playing it, even though it was very frustrating. I still had some kind of fun playing this game. But it just isn't the same. Call of Duty in 2022 just isn't the same. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't play the same. And it's kind of sad, to be honest. It is what it is. But the days of being in a party with your friends, trying to see who could get a nuke first, trying to see who could get the most kills, trying to see who could shit on the enemy team the most, I feel like those days are over, you know? The game is just too different, you know, it's too sweaty, it's not the same Call of Duty game. But hopefully, you know, some changes will be made. But what do you guys think about the Modern Warfare 2 beta? If you played it, do you like it? Do you hate it? I want to see what you guys think, so let me know.